Hey everybody, this is Dax. You are you. Glad to have you back. One of my favorite rock pop bands of all time is Fleetwood Mac. Their Rumors album in '77, which has sold 40 million copies, has no bad songs on it, 11 songs. It is one of the few albums of all time that there is just not a bad song on it. Well, I'm going to do a reaction today actually on Sara, which is from their 1979 album Tusk, which sold I don't know how many, 5 or 10 million albums. But they are a wonderful group. You probably know they started out as a British rock band in the 60s. Didn't have a whole lot of success until the main guitarist left, and then Lindsay Buckingham and Stevie Nicks joined the band in '74. They came out with an eponymous album, Fleetwood Mac, in '75. That went to #1 pretty soon. And then, of course, Rumors went to #1 and stayed there for about 40 weeks. And then Tusk, I think, went to #1 also, the album that Sara is from. So this one was written by Stevie Nicks. And as usual, it has some cryptic lyrics in it. But this one is about two people being together and they just can't stay apart, but they need to stay apart. But he wants her to be her crazy self, and can't you swallow all your pride? And so this is from her perspective, and the lyrics on this are really clever and interesting, and yes, a little bit cryptic, but it's one of my favorite songs by them. They're one of my top 5 favorite bands to listen to. I can't believe it's taken me so long to do a reaction to Fleetwood Mac, because I'm going to end up doing probably 20 reactions to Fleetwood Mac. Anyway, the group's members are Mick Fleetwood on drums, John McVie bass, Lindsay Buckingham guitar and vocals, Christine McVie keyboard and vocals, Stevie Nicks vocals and occasionally tambourines. But anyway, this is from 1979, and I think this is actually a year or so later when they did this in concert. I'm not really sure where. I should know that, but I don't. Anyway, this is in concert, Sara, and here we go. I hope the visual quality is okay.
Wait a minute, baby. Stay with me a while. Said you'd give me life, but you never told me about the fire.
She's so eccentric.
But now it's
That's just a spectacular song. Oh my God, great performance. Stevie Nicks, oh my gosh, she is so charismatic, has so much fun. The musicianship of the Fleetwood Mac players is just seriously frightful. They are one of the most underrated bands. Lindsay Buckingham's guitar work is amazing, as well as John McVie's bass work. Get the drum work by Mick Fleetwood, spectacular. Christine McVie, the backup vocals, she does perfect backup vocals while doing an incredible keyboard. Stevie Nicks, her voice, there's little wonder that Stevie Nicks showed up for Grace VanderWaal, you know, on AGT, and that she's a big fan of Grace VanderWaal. There's some similarities between those two. And the raspiness of Stevie is just amazing. Also, another thing that's she does really well is her vibrato. I mean, she just really takes you in, mesmerizing with that vibrato. This song is so, at the same time, optimistic and haunting. I mean, the way she sings it, the lyrics themselves. And I just love the lyrics. You know, she's got that, and undoing the laces, undoing the laces. He's undoing her laces. And then he says, Sara, you're the poet in my heart, never change, never stop. But now it's gone, she says. Now it's gone. It doesn't matter what for, but when you build your house, then call me home. When you get it together, when you get everything together in your life, and you stop messing with me, well, then call me home. And then you can undo my laces again. And then I like how she just transitions into hold on, the night is coming, and the starling flew for days. That's one of those times where she writes like Grace VanderWaal, or Grace VanderWaal writes like her, creating that image. Gorgeous image. The night is coming, and the starling bird flew for days. It's like she's just lost in that, and captures that flight. And of course, the starling bird refers back to when she says, drowning in the sea of love, which I really love that phrase. Drowning in the sea of love. Drowning in the sea of love. Which can be taken good or bad. I mean, you're absolutely in love, you're just drowning in love, or you're drowning because the sea of love is turning toxic. Interesting. Where everyone would love to drown, but now it's gone. And then, but she's got that mention of the dark wing. Where is that? Build your house. Oh yeah. And he was just like a great dark wing within the wings of a storm. Again, I mean, I know I keep referring back to Grace VanderWaal. One reason is because she's the greatest singer-songwriter of our generation. But that's the way Stevie Nicks writes. And her singing is also similar. But that's just poetry. And that's one thing about Fleetwood Mac. If you listen to their albums, especially those first three albums, Fleetwood Mac and then Rumors and then Tusk, the writing on those is just spectacular. And they also have an incredible way of putting almost sort of a dark experience into sort of a bright perspective. They're one of the few who can do that. Again, like actually Grace VanderWaal can do. But anyway, that was Sara by Fleetwood Mac. Absolutely love it. The musicianship, her lyrics. I like the fact that she changed up the rendition of this, is just nuanced, different enough to where you're just re-experiencing it. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Anyway, look forward to hearing what y'all think about this. Give me your thoughts. Tell me what you think. And I will catch you soon on the backside. Take care of yourselves. Bye now.